and play the music. Yep, and there we go. Yeah, I think we're all set now. Hello, chat. Or whoever's here, that is. Welcome back to another stream. First, I'd like to apologize for saying that I was going to stream regularly and proceeding to not do that. I was going to do that on Twitch, and I did try that on Twitch, but it turns out that Twitch is not really good for newcomers, so I just kind of abandoned the stream schedule. I think I'll just like live myself as I'm just figuring out as I go, because still working on a lot of stuff, like the video that I keep talking about, side order, and right now I am working on commissions. So, oh my god, just gotta. Forgot to advertise this on my Instagram, but whatever. So, before I start yapping about my predictions and all that stuff for Nintendo Switch and the Direct tomorrow, I just want to say I was a few minutes late today because OBS decided to stop working all of a sudden. Like, I tried opening it today, and it was like, download not authentic or some bullshit like that. So then I had to go through the effort of deleting everything related to OBS off my computer and then re-downloading it, and now all of my presets that I normally have on my computer are gone, and I had to recreate this one in this BRB screen. I don't know, because of this, I don't know if the live chat above my head is going to work, so if it's not, then that's why. Anyways, the stream. Anyways, the Nintendo Switch stream coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna be real, it is the most random thing that has popped up as of recent. Considering literally a week from now, there's going to be Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And now there's another one tomorrow at 7 AM. Yes, having to set that up was a pain. I had to go through a lot of trial and error. Well, not trial and error. It was more like looking at tutorials. I didn't do anything, so I had to find out how to do it myself. So I guess it was a pain. It was a little bit of a pain. But anyways, how was I going to read? Yeah, the Nintendo Switch Direct coming out of nowhere is very confusing to me, because what is there to expect, really? What is there? Because our high hopes, my hopes aren't super high if Nintendo Switch 2, the Direct for it's coming out soon. So what could they possibly release aside from ports and like games made by other companies? I highly doubt that there's going to be any brand new stuff, like brand new games being announced in this next Direct. Because one, they said nothing about Nintendo Switch 2, and actually that's the only reason why. So, anyways, ports or remasters that you would love to, I guess, call it. Definitely really want Tomodachi Life. I don't know who hasn't brought up Tomodachi Life yet, but I really want Tomodachi Life to return. I don't know if it's for legal reasons or why if they can't. But Miitopia came back. I don't see as to why the freaking Tomodachi Life can't. It's because it's for the same reasons for why Tomodachi Life was quote-unquote controversial, I guess. I'm going to get Kirby Planet Robo released for Switch. I haven't played a whole lot of the Kirby games. The only Kirby game I've ever played, aside from that one multiplayer one I keep forgetting, is the Forgotten Island. But if they do port any Kirby games, I'll definitely like buy them as a first experience. And then Third Kids, oh my god, Third Kids. That's another thing as well. They could announce content extension for Splatoon 3, and I honestly highly doubt that's gonna happen. But Copium, time for the Copium. Right, Splatoon news. This year is going to be Splatoon's 10th anniversary. and be like, holy shit, it would be great if Nintendo actually announced something like that, because the 10th anniversary is coming in May, and I don't think they do Nintendo Directs in May. So if they're gonna announce something Splatoon related, they better do it this Direct. I swear to God, if they don't do anything for Splatoon's 10th anniversary, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Music's fine, right? It's not super loud or anything. I think my voice is still... I'm gonna put it a little lower. My voice looks like it's the same volume as the music, which is kind of an issue. Splatoon spin-offs? Maybe. I am, like, kind of worried about if... okay, hold on. They did say they're working on Splatoon something. Right? They're working... At least leaks say so. They're working on something Splatoon related. And, you know, that kind of has me worrying and excited at the same time, because a Splatoon spin-off would be great. But at the same time, if I know anything from Animal Crossing's dark period, is that because they were working on Animal Crossing Pocket Camp and that one crappy third-party game that nobody liked about for Animal Crossing, is that the next actual like mainline Splatoon game will take forever to come out, which is going to suck. But I don't know, there's always like a double-edged sword with that. And speaking of Animal Crossing, I've been wanting to yap about Animal Crossing for a while. Hello DJ Hunter, welcome back. Anyways, I've been wanting to yap about Animal Crossing for a while because I picked up New Horizons since forever, because I want to create a tropicore vibrant island, and I have done that. I think I've completed the entrance, and I have the the footage for it. I definitely want to turn that into a speed build of some sort, but like, I really hope that in the next Animal Crossing game they actually make Animal Crossing how it's supposed to feel, you know, because as somebody who's only played New Horizons, even I could admit that there's a lot of things lacking from that game. What I want them to add next Animal Crossing game is more part-time jobs. Because again, I haven't played New Leaf or any other Animal Crossing game, but I have played Happy Home Paradise. And I really like Happy Home Paradise, and I just like the idea, aside from, you know, the designing and everything. I really like, you know, the idea of part-time jobs, because I also heard that in New Leaf you could work in Rooster's coffee shop, I think. And like that's why people were like yapping so much about bringing no, his name's Rooster, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bring him back to New Horizons so they could work in the coffee shop, I think. And then that turned out to not be the case. So, what I want for part-time jobs for the next Animal Crossing game is to have more restaurant options, because on the last free update for Animal Crossing, content update that is, they release like a lot more food options, which don't really do anything, because aside from, you know, just eating it. But what if you could like make a restaurant and then change the menu depending on what you make? I think that'd be really cool and give the food thing a purpose, aside from like decorating the island obviously, because you like shovel trees, all that stuff. But again, I like decorating, but not everyone decorates for the island for Animal Crossing. I feel like adding another part-time minigame that not only you can play, but also others can play if they visit your island would be very cool. And something food related would also be very cool. I want the next Animal Crossing game to have mean villagers again. I've also heard of mean villagers, and man, oh, I wish I was able to experience that. I just think a lot of the dialogue's just funny and has more character to the, because like, you know, I played at New Horizons, and a lot of I went villager hunting during the weekend, and like I came across a lot of cranky villagers, and a lot of them just had kind of sort of said the same thing. Not really on the topic of mean dialogue, but a lot of it isn't super unique. It's just, here's a bunch of stuff for the peppy villagers, here's a bunch of stuff for the cranky villagers. Nothing unique to each villager. I don't know if it's because there's just a lot more villages in New Horizons or something like that. But I don't know. They need to bring back mean villager dialogue and just more unique dialogue in general. Where is the reference photo for this character? I was just drawing the eyes. I wonder what they're gonna do for, like, hopefully if they do something for Splatoon 1's 10th anniversary. Let's have, I don't know, a spin-off game. Maybe port the first game. Honestly, I highly doubt they're gonna do that because of, like, oh, it's a very multiplayer heavy game. And, you know, they shut off the Wii U services for a reason. I feel like it'd be a little redundant to then port Splatoon 1. Even if I really want to play the story mode again, well, I still could. My gamepad. When I picked up my gamepad to play the last servers for the shutdown, it had so much stick drift because I haven't touched it in so long. And it's like, oh my god, there's so much dirt and grime in this. Like, my character could not move for like 3 seconds in the right direction. I tried playing on my gamepad the first time in forever. It's kind of off topic, but I went to the new Skylanders game. A lot of people talk about Skylanders. I've never played Skylanders. And that's the whole sentence. I don't have any thoughts on Skylanders, but a lot of people want that and Kid Icarus, from what I've heard. I think we've had Metroid recently, so not a lot of people are yapping about that. Oh my god, I just realized. Hopefully they don't port Splatoon 1 because they got a Wii. I just got the Wii U again to play Splatoon 1. Oh my god. You purchased a Wii U in this day and age? That's some commitment, but yeah, I guess because of that reason, hopefully not. Because then you're gonna, it's like, I feel like from your perspective, it'll be like buying the game at full price and then seeing it on sale like a month later. I normally never really care about if that ever happens to me because I always buy things on day one whenever I can. So I don't know, I can't really relate on that sentiment. Always stack up on money before it releases, I guess. If in Splatoon news they re-released the off the hook Figmas, I think I'd like check that as well. I went back on Twitter just to like get reference photos for like the official artwork, and like apparently they're re-releasing the Octahook Figmas. I don't think I'm going to get those personally because they're expensive as fuck, and there are a bunch of other collectible stuff I would rather want to get, not instead, but probably better for investment purposes. Not gonna lie, I haven't really drawn the 2D style in forever until I obviously got a account for it, so that's why I have redrawn the eyes 5 times now. Trying to get in the swing of things. This eye needs to be a little bigger. I want Figma so I can make... I'm gonna move the screen over here. There we go. Anyways, I want the Figma so I can make animations with them. Oh, like stop motion animation, that would be cool. I don't think I have the patience for stop motion animation. Like, I prefer my favorite like form of animation to make is 2D, whether it's rigged or hand drawn. I'm to have more experience with 2D in general. It's kind of weird how I don't have the patience for stop motion out of all of them. And well, stop motion takes like the most amount of time compared to everything else. But like, I don't normally have patience for like projects and like video ideas. I guess not for stop motion. So I can only imagine how anxiety-inducing it is being in a stop-motion studio to try your best not to knock over anything. And I consider myself a pretty clumsy person. Oops. What else did I want to yap about? I could have sworn I had more things to yap about. I guess to more elaborate on my, you know, running a kitchen in Animal Crossing idea. I hope they make us like just like buy. Jesus Christ, the music's so loud on my hands. Anyways, I hope they make us like just buy flour and brown sugar and all that stuff in the next game, because I'm not a huge fan of the crops. It's cute and everything, but as somebody who's making a tropical island, I don't know where to put a farm anywhere. Like, I genuinely don't know where to put it, like, at all. Like, it's great for decoration, and it's also practical as well. Practical decoration. But for me, I don't know where to put a farm. I don't know. I'd rather be able to just buy it in the next game, if they bring it back. Bring back cooking. Gotta redo the eyes for the 5th time. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna draw them how they look in the game and then tweak them a little bit. I think that's how I did it. Maybe a new Pikmin game announcement. Oh wait, when was the last Pikmin game? I still have Pikmin 4, but I haven't played it yet because I also bought Pikmin's 1, 2, and 3. I'm still going towards 2. I've been told that I don't have to play the previous games to understand Pikmin 4, but I want to regardless. I mean, they're all on the same console. I don't see why not. And then did they say it's only going to be about Switch 1 games? They did say it's going to be about what? Hold on. They said that it was. They said that there wouldn't be any Switch 2 announcements, which in a roundabout way, yes, does mean I guess I want to talk about Switch 1. But I just wanted to talk about the next Animal Crossing game, just because. It's still only last year. I thought it's been. I'm gonna be real. I thought it's been at least 2 years since Pikmin came out. Holy shit! And I still haven't touched it. Gotta beat Pikmin 2 soon. I don't feel like streaming Pikmin 2 because I'm pretty sure I'm almost done. And then I don't know. I might stream Pikmin 4 if I really feel like it. Oh, July 2023, yeah. And it's going to be 3 years old. Not 3, 2 years old this summer. You know, I really want to like have them port, but I know they're not going to because they already ported at least once. Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World is like genuinely really good, and honestly too good for what it is, but or like what people expect. But like, you could make the same argument for like any Nintendo game, really. So whatever. Yeah, I really love the Yoshi's Woolly World. It got me to buy Crafted World, which then I was underwhelmed by it. And also the way you 100% Crafted World is like super tedious. Basically, if you haven't played it, in order to 100% it, you gotta like collect a bunch of items for this one scarecrow guy. And instead of, you know, listing all the stuff he wants like most people would do, he lists all the stuff you need to collect one at a time. So you gotta like go through the level, find the item he wants, and then quit. And then repeat the process like 10 more times, I think, for each level. It's like so tedious. And Splatoon 2 kind of has like a similar gimmick, very similar gimmick, but at the very least, you're using a different weapon. So the playstyle is a little different compared to Yoshi's Crafted World, where you're going through finding all this shit the exact same way you found it the last time. It's like, I'm not 100%, I'm not 1000% in this game, I'm not. I can't really think of any other ports that I would particularly... Oh, I guess there's Animal Crossing New Leaf. I would like them to port it because, one, it's, according to every Animal Crossing fan, it's the best Animal Crossing game. Also, I haven't played it yet. So I want to know what it's like to feel I mean, I still really like New Horizons, even with like a lot of its flaws, obviously, because like I'm still playing it. But I want to feel what the best Animal Crossing game has to offer. Even though I heard a lot from it already, but still. Wait, what facial expression did they want? I forgot. I guess that would be up to me then. All right. Arms 2. I played so little of Arms 2. I think the only time I played it was like during this like middle school event where like a bunch of arcade games were brought to the school and Nintendo Switch was one of them. and also that one time where I emulated it, but I couldn't keep playing the emulation version because it was so laggy. Oh, it was so laggy. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I think the reason for why it wasn't super successful, aside from maybe the advertising, I guess, is like there wasn't a whole lot of depth. Like the reason for like when Splatoon was still a new IP, it had a lot of lore and stuff that kept players liking the series, not for more than just the gameplay. And maybe that's the reason for why ARMS wasn't successful. It's speculation though, I'm not too sure. And in general, I heard that ARMS didn't have enough to keep it alive, like Splatoon did. And then Nintendo just forgot about it, I guess, because they never mentioned it. Except for when it's Smash Brothers, I guess. I'm not big on motion controls, which turned me off from ours. I didn't realize ARMS had motion controls, which you couldn't turn off from what I can speculate from that sentence. I don't remember using motion controls. I don't remember much from the game, even though I didn't play enjoying it. That sentence did not make any sense at all. I did enjoy playing it, but that's all I remember. I don't remember the playstyle at all. I just remember liking the game. Anyways, Splatoon 1 also just... Oh, yeah, that's what... It also blew up in Japan. Compared to ARMS, which apparently didn't. I'd be hella surprised if we actually got ARMS too. Because it'd be really cool, but also feel out of nowhere considering the circumstances. What do you think the next Smash games will be like? I honestly don't know if we're gonna get another Smash Brothers game. Either that, or it won't be produced by Sakurai, because he was so exhausted working on that game. He was working like so much. Man needs a break. I mean, I'm pretty sure he retired a while. Well, maybe not retired. I don't know. He's like working. He's like on YouTube now. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept going with the series anyway, even if Sakurai doesn't work on it anymore, because it's Smash Brothers. I don't think Nintendo would ever let that like stop, if I'm gonna be real. And definitely, I feel like a lot of people would like be upset, but I don't know. I want the next Smash Brothers, want the next Smash game to be Smash Ultimate, but with like 10 more characters. I don't know the character difference between Smash Ultimate and the last Smash game. I forgot. Maybe I can like really quick look it up. Hold on. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate character roster. I know it's like so much bigger compared to the Wii U Smash Brothers because of how they brought back every character that was in every previous Smash Brothers, and then Super Smash Brothers. Oh fuck. What was the name of the Wii U Smash Brothers? I forgot. There's Brawl, there's Melee, and then there's what? I actually genuinely forgot the name of it. I know that he mentioned that even if he stepped down, they would continue to make them. Yeah. As a pretty much figured, they're not gonna like bring down Smash Brothers. Hold on, I'm gonna. Where did I keep my Wii U stuff? There it is. Oh, it was just called Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. That's kind of lame. Anyways. Okay, and then character roster. I'm trying to like count which one of these are new. Alright, hold on. I didn't have to look up the other roster to figure that out. Okay, so new characters are added in Ultimate, not old characters that came back. Were Inkling, Ridley, Simon, the Echo Fighter of Simon, I forgot. King K. Rool, I can't read the text, that's why I can't freaking see it. Isabelle, Incineroar, Piranha Plant for some fucking reason, and that's 8 characters that aren't DLC or returning characters. So yeah, I think 10 is like a good want to 10 more characters. I don't know what characters I want for Smash Bros. To have. Aside from Hat Kid, but that's an indie game, so unless well, in some indie games are like still like super popular, so I'm pretty sure Minecraft is considered an indie game at some point, so that argument doesn't make any sense. Oh, you're right, Piranha Plant is DLC. I forgot. Sorry, no, 7 new characters were added in Smash Brothers. So bad. I forgot Piranha Plant was even a fucking character. But that's right, Octolink for Smash. How did I forget? I guess I didn't think about it because I was thinking of like new characters. Because Octolink is gonna be like an Echo Fighter. I don't see why not. Unless Octolink actually does get like a unique moveset, which I'd be surprised because a lot of the weapons that Inkling uses are already like a good portion of the weapons that are in Splatoon. But yeah, Octolink for Echo Fighter at least. Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm kind of pissed that Octolink didn't make it to the roster. But I guess at the time they were only using Splatoon 1 characters, and back in Splatoon 1, Octolinks were not playable. So yeah, it makes sense why Octolinks weren't an Echo Fighter back in Ultimate. Microsoft stopped being indie after Notch sold it to Microsoft. Oh yeah, that's right. I know they stopped being indie, but I forgot who they sold it to. I don't know how I forgot it. I don't know how I forgot who they sold it to. Don't ask how I forgot that information. Yeah, it was sold to Microsoft. Off topic, well, not really. I remember when Nintendo fucking laughed in Microsoft's face when they tried to buy Nintendo. That was fucking. Actually, it wasn't there, but I can only imagine how hilarious the whole thing would be. Anyways, Inkling is based off of Splatoon 1 in terms of movement. Octolink can be based off of 2 and 3. That's right. Octolink could, like, if Octolink had their own moveset, they could, like, use a bunch of, like, Splatoon 2 and 3 weapons, which, actually, I don't think it's a lot. Or, like, Splatoon 2 types of weapons. Let's see, there's the Splatana, Tri-Stringer, Umbrellas, Dualies, and I think that's really it. There's only like 3 weapon classes for Octolink, unless Octolink uses like Splatoon 2 exclusive like heavy Splatlings or just Splatlings like the Ballpoint or Heavy Edit. Do they even does Inkling even use the Splatling in Smash Bros? I don't think so. That's something like Octolink could use as a weapon if they're like not an Echo character. And then Inkling uses Ink Brush. Octolink could probably use Paintbrush. And then I don't know what else. Neither Splatling or Charger. Yeah, I feel like Octoling would be like the heavier, would be like the Dr. Mario to the Inklings, like how Dr. Mario hits heavier compared to Mario, because a lot of the weapons that the Inklings don't use are pretty heavy, honestly. Like the Splatling and the Charger, that sounds like a move that should do a hell of damage if it needs to be charged, like the same way it does in the game. I guess if indie games could make it to Smash Brothers, I feel like Cuphead would have a very good chance, and I would want Cuphead. Cuphead's a costume actually in the current Smash Ultimate. And if I recall, Smash Brothers for the Wii U had the Inkling costume, but then in Smash Ultimate they became an actual character. So it's not that far-fetched if you think about it. If we get Octolings in Smash Brothers, they better give us enemy Octolings in all outfit. Yeah, you know, I'm not against that. I feel like they probably wouldn't, because for some unexplained reason I can't think of, but I don't know, they might really focus on like the promo kids, like Naomi, Hero, Chaos. Actually, I don't think there's like enough Octoling promo kids, so they might have to add Octoling, enemy Octoling as like a spot. Unless they just make up a promo kid, I guess. Anyways, I wish Inkling had a better Final Smash. Killer Whale's kind of boring. Yeah, I think I haven't played Smash in so long because it genuinely makes me angry sometimes. But like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the special. And it gets a really fit. I've killed myself a few times actually, trying to control the Killer Whale, and then I wouldn't be able to see my character, and I just fall off the stage. There goes one stock. I don't know. It would be really cool if if Inkling is going to keep their Smash ult. I hope Octoling, either if they become like their own character in a way, they have like a special frenzy. That's the word I was looking for. Special frenzy. I feel like that would be really cool, even if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless they use a bunch of the special cans, and then it does make sense. A cinematic as well. Speaking of cinematic, Inkling is the only character that doesn't have a cinematic reveal trailer for herself. It's like a combination. It's basically them. Like, her reveal trailer is the reveal trailer for Smash Ultimate. So technically, Inkling doesn't even have like their own Smash reveal, which has bugged me for the longest time for some god knows what reason. But like, seeing all the other characters get their own unique trailers, and then Inkling technically doesn't. I don't know. Not a huge fan of that. Give it splashdown, but this time will be good. Or like triple splashdown. I think triple splashdown. I don't know what people's opinions are on triple splashdown, but I think it's pretty good. The three other fists actually make it so that slopes don't just cancel the special. I don't know. It's very hard to avoid it unless you don't get stuck somewhere. Wait, no, sorry. It's very easy to avoid if you don't get stuck somewhere. Is what I meant to say. I feel like Octoling's Final Smash should be like a cinematic inkjet usage, because in the Octo expansion, they were using inkjet for like the final segment of the game. I don't know, just to be more keen with the source material. I think it makes sense for like a inkjet frenzy to be used. Anyways. Villager and Smash 4 was kind of the same. They revealed the same trailer. Smash 4 was oh really? Damn. Both Nugami's creations were revealed. Both Nugami's creations didn't get their own trailer. That's I wouldn't say that's a cop out or whatever word you would use for that. I guess a coincidence. Octoling's Final Smash is having the other players drop an 8-ball and then get the task failed and then blow up. That would be funny. It wouldn't happen even if Octoling did become an Echo fighter or a fighter. But that would be very funny. Just knock off the ball and just have Sea Cucumber do the work, I guess. Or, oh my god, I just thought of like probably the best Final Smash for Octoling. It's literally just the Pearl Cannon firing at the giant statue at the end of Octo Expansion, like King K. Rool. And then the freaking turf bar that shows up at the bottom of the screen would be there as well, like indicating how many. But instead of like turf inkage, it would show how many points and damage the other character is taking. That would be so sick. That would be so sick. Have Octoling ride Reef Slider, then it hits its it plays a cinematic where the player gets hit with every special. That would also be cool. Like have an animation for like the side thing that. Sorry. A lot of ideas here for the Octoling. Reef Slider. Because then my idea is also, again, it's like, probably like way too similar to King K. Rool. So like the Reef Slider hitting the other player, and then all the other specials come in. Teta Missiles, Inkjet, like I mentioned. I feel like with that, for the cinematic part, the enemy player would get hit with like the smaller specials, like Teta Missiles and like Bomb Rush, and then the final blow would be like Splashdown, or I don't know, Killer Whale again, but probably Splashdown. That's... That is not what the heck looks like. What if Plants vs. Zombies joined Smash? Who would get added? That is a very... Who out of all the plants would get added? Ah, that's actually kind of a hard question. I don't know. I feel like the plants would be like... Wait, never mind. I was going to make an argument about how you can't possibly stretch a plant into a full-ass character, but we have exactly that with Piranha Plants. If they're not gonna go Pea Shooter, I don't know. Because Pea Shooter's like... Sunflower doesn't really have any attack, unless you just have her do what she does in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Shoot with beams of light, I guess. Which, yeah, I guess the moveset for a Plants vs. Zombies character would just be kind of mostly just ripped out of the Plants vs. Zombies Modern Warfare games. Sorry, no, Garden Warfare, not Modern Warfare. How am I just realizing that's where the play on word comes from? How am I just realizing that? Sunflower's final smash is just her saying this is zombie on your lawn. I wonder, would that be like a support final smash? Kind of like, I don't know, Peach's? Where she just puts everyone to sleep and then Peach to spawn on the map as well? Or would it be like a stampede of zombies just running up to the stage, I guess, start dancing, and the enemy player would be trampled in the process? Either one of those two things. Or something else. I like watching these what if X was in Smash and they create super cool movements with the character. Oh, I have not seen a single one of those videos. I've only seen like the closest thing to a video I've seen is like what if every fighter had a Echo fighter. That's the closest thing I've seen to that, but like, probably imagine how cool one of those videos would be as well. I do really want Cuphead to be in the next Smash Brothers. I feel like I have a lot of fun playing as Cuphead. Going back to the topic of that. Actually, like, I think well, not recently, but the last time I played Cuphead, I was playing with a friend and like, we actually managed to like beat the main story in one day. It was a very long, excruciating day, but managed to beat it in one day. I would just hard focus on some cases. Got to the final boss, I'll just not talk the entire time. Cuphead's a really fun game. It's a really cool game in general. Probably like, no, not even probably, like one of my favorite indie games of all time. Fan 1. This is the main guy who makes those kinds of videos. Oh, I might give that guy. I might check out the guy's content out then. If I don't decide to watch sitcoms after the stream's done, that is. So you played the Cuphead DLC. I've also played the Cuphead DLC. It's really good. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna talk about it since you haven't played it. I guess the one thing I do want to point out is the title of the DLC. It's called Delicious Last Course, which the syllables, not syllables, abbreviations for. No, abbreviation's not the right word either. Fuck, what's the word for it? Whatever. If you take the first letters of each word, Delicious Last Course stands for DLC, which is a neat, the more you know detail. Anyways, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about it. I want to say other things about it, but I can't. I know there's a lot of games that I still need to play. Indie-wise, I bought a lot. I mentioned this in the previous stream, I think, but I bought a lot of indie games and I still haven't touched because there was like a winter sale going on. It's like I'm not sure if I want to like stream all of them or just record them, make a video out of them. I gotta finish the Saturday video before I do any of that, and the speed build video for Animal Crossing. I'm trying to think of like other games I want ported to the Switch, but like I think I'm out of like what I personally experienced. A lot of the games that I played, either I know aren't gonna get a port, or did get a port, and or a sequel. Not and or a sequel. Wait, no, yeah, and or a sequel. I always forget to acknowledge how many waiting room songs Splatoon 3 has. It's a fucking lot of them. Change the eyes directions. They look kind of off. No, I'm gonna do that. There we go. Gonna edit the title like that since I think I'm all out of Switch predictions. the detailed buckles on this character. I guess to get back on topic on like the Nintendo Switch Direct, I'm probably gonna go ahead and say that I'm not going to stream for obvious reasons. It's gonna be 7 a.m. in the morning because I live in a specific time. And two, I don't think I would be like a good reaction type of person, especially for like a Nintendo Switch Direct. I don't know, I just, even when I'm getting sent Instagram reels from my friend, I don't really have a lot to say on the matter. I don't know, I would not make a good reaction channel. I might record it just in case it exceeds my expectations. But even then, I don't think I can even like yell that loud, and I definitely won't because again, it's early in the morning. Which, oh yeah, I completely forgot to talk about the Splatfest. Yep, I'm probably gonna go night or afternoon. I feel like in some cases, it's just either one of those options. Definitely not morning. I cannot even get myself to wake up on my own accord for anything morning unless I really have to. Like, I don't know, if I have like a doctor's appointment or something in the morning. But yeah, I'm definitely more productive in the afternoon or night, because, well, right now it's 5 p.m. and I'm streaming right now. I'm not doing it in the morning. So just setting up stream, even though I already have the presets and everything, it's just a little more stressful for me, because now I'm like, oh shit, I only have like an hour left. I gotta set it up really quick. And then it's like, I don't know. I tend to be a little late in cases like that, I think. So I just prefer the afternoon. This is more not like the prime hours where everybody would normally be awake. At least I would think so. And maybe if I did stream, like at 9 again, I might. But like, I might get some people in different time zones. I think the last time I did stream on 9 p.m., which was the one and only time I did stream at 9 p.m., I got like a surprising lot of people who were at work who were just there to say hi and then left, but that's okay. Night is when I'm most free to do stuff. That too. It's normally like during the afternoon or morning even that you're just kind of, I don't know, you have work or school or stuff like that. From night it's just when you're like free to do stuff. Which makes it so that I also work on drawings a lot more on night. So I think I might just go night for the Splatfest. I don't know how much of it I'll play. Definitely stream it when it like gets here, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I will be grinding as much as I can. Maybe if the colors are pretty enough in Springfest, I might. But I know what to expect. I played Springfest last year. But speaking of, I haven't drawn any Springfest idols like during the time, and I still haven't. And I don't know if I want to. I want to like redesign the deep cut at least. At least draw one thing for Cali, because I think Cali Day is in the middle of the Splatfest, if I recall. Well, on Sunday, but I think I'll probably like at least draw like the Cali egg outfit. I really want to draw the Summer Nights outfits again. The Summer Nights outfits, well, they're not my favorite, not at all. But they're my favorite to redesign. I haven't really thought about redesigning any of the other idol outfits, but Summer Nights, I redrew the deep cut Summer Nights outfits, and I had a lot of fun with it. If you catch me posting about Summer Nights when it's still spring, then well that's why I really like redesigning the Summer Nights stuff. I know, cause like Springfest has a lot of gradients. There's no real telling like what exact color the Springfest outfits are supposed to be when it comes to deep cut. There's a lot of gradients and stuff. So it's like a lot easier for me to pinpoint what the gimmick is for Summer Nights, because Shiver's a lime / lemon, the combination of both. Shiver's blueberry, and then Fry's watermelon. Pretty simple. And then just add features that complement that. I don't know. If I redesign the Springfest outfits for any of the idols, really, I have to like really think about it, like how they're going to look. Definitely doing it in line art though. I surprisingly don't draw that much line art as I used to before I introduced 2D styles. Cause like 2D is just like a really fun art style to draw, and it's really pretty. But like I also like drawing line art a lot. And I dropped it for some reason. Except for the reason I just explained. Also just trying to get more practice on like dynamic line art, or at least get more practice on it. There's a lot of improvements I can make on my current line art style. I always forget how weird this song feels with headphones. Oh. It's like a little bit disorienting. It's like each beat is on the opposite side of the headphone. Except for maybe like the background, the I don't even know how to describe that noise. Did this person want background ink? I need to check that real quick. No ink. Just noticed the chat was in fact not working this entire time. I gotta fix that in my own time. This is what happens when OBS decides not to work for an hour and I had to delete everything. That's not good. Why is there no data? That's not good. Why is there no data? Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back. I'll be sending this as a progress report now to the client, so I'm going to have to put the BRB screen on for a couple of minutes. Oh, that's the wrong animation. Oh, I got a BRB again. Yeah, not that. Whoops. Nope. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna start. Well, not start, because as you can see, I already did some progress, but I'm gonna start working on my next commission client now. Did we just listen to the song? I think we did, but it's whatever. Hello, BD old me. No, BD little old me. Sorry. Hello, welcome to the stream. Just chilling and drawing right now. Working on commissions. So far, I mean, I did like one other pose I didn't like, so now I'm just gonna redo it. So far it's going good though. I've been using your method for drawing heads and it helped a bunch. Now my question is for clothing. I haven't, hold on. Currently right now I'm drawing the body sketch, so I don't have any real tips for how to draw clothing. When it comes to the things that I mostly just eyeball, that rule especially applies to clothing. Maybe, I guess, hold on, I guess really quick, I'll draw like an arm ready for how to like have clothes go around the elbow. Not, well, entire arm actually. Draw a quick hand to demonstrate my explanation here. Yeah, let's say that's a hand. When it comes to sleeves, I guess I forgot to draw the elbow. I did draw the elbow. A lot of the clothes, gravity also applies to them. So I'm gonna draw the sleeve, like I'm gonna draw another layer actually, and draw like how the sleeve would act. So gravity is obviously pushing downwards on the arm. So I'm gonna draw like the top part of the sleeve, kind of like against the arm like that. But like the ring right here, or the cuff I'm gonna call it, it's a little lowered a bit on the arm like so. And then like, I don't know, as it goes back up to the elbow, it gets a little tighter, because maybe the sleeve is a little tighter than most sleeves. So I guess that's like a straight arm demonstration of like clothes, but I'm gonna try to like draw something a bit more baggier, but also if the arm was like bent. Go real quick tutorial on how to do that. To draw clothes for when they're bending. Alright, so we have an arm that's bending. Now I'm going to draw something a bit baggy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to explain this as well because I've never really looked up how to draw clothes. No, it's fine. You're cool. You're cool. But anyways, definitely actually like yapping and showing my process, so I don't mind. Anyways, let's draw. How do I explain this? I actually don't know. Alright, so okay, so increases like here where the elbow is bending. What you want to avoid, I guess if you're gonna draw like really close, is just not draw angles like this, because when the like you don't want to do this because when the arm is bending, there's more clothes bending in this area. So I'm gonna like redraw real quick. So you can redraw how the sleeve will look like so with the gravity affecting and everything, but then go back on the wrinkles for when the parts of the body bends a little bit. So maybe add a few creases like so to emphasize that the clothes is bending with the arm. Like that. I think that's the best way I could describe it. I don't know. I normally just like look at the character's clothes and just kind of eyeball from there, or just take a picture of like my clothes and see how they bend that way. Because when it comes to clothes, it's definitely the hardest for me to describe, because personally I think I still need to improve on myself. But yeah, the only like real advice that I have is like make sure to pay attention to like the gravity of the clothes, like sleeves, like so, like this, and also to make sure to pay attention to the wrinkles that would occur during when it's bending. What about under the armpit? Do you get clothes bend? Curious. They do. Okay, yeah. Under the armpit, the clothes will also just spat all over my screen. Under the armpit, the clothes will also bend. I mean, if your style is a bit more simplistic like mine, it's no really big deal to pay attention to. But a lot of the armpit will also kind of have bent wrinkles, like right underneath the armpit, like so. Maybe not that bendy. Maybe like a little less bendy than like the actual arm, but it would look something like this. Let's add more wrinkles to that as well. And then I think, what else? You can also have the entire shirt. I'm gonna just complete it right here. You can also have like the entire shirt, this kind of crease along with the bend of this part. So you see this part is swaying like from this part to this part. You can also add the same thing to the other part of the clothes and just have them sway the same way. I don't normally worry about the bending of the torso. Again, it's a stylistic. I have a very stylistic art style where I don't have to worry about bending clothes. But something like, actually, I'm not even. Never mind. I don't know about that. But like, basically, watch out for creases where the part of the body is at an angle of some sort, like the elbow here or the armpit underneath that way. That's it. That's my only advice I can give. I definitely would have a better time explaining like the body parts more than clothes. If anything, clothes tend to be sometimes harder to draw than body parts because there's a surprising lot more about how to draw anatomy parts than there is about clothes. Go back. Just at the commission right here. more questions. Feet drawing the shoes from the bottom. It's super hard for me to draw a foot carried to the step. Only if you have time. Oh, well, I have time. I have time to quickly explain. I normally don't really draw feet because the characters most of the time wear shoes. But the way I like to draw feet, or at least the base of the foot, is by first drawing the ankle, which I'm going to draw a real calf real quick. Like so. And then this is the knee, sure, whatever. And then right here, I always start drawing like this little, I'm going to describe it as like a little beanbag of some sort. This is the heel. This is how I would draw the heel of the foot. I mean, the leg itself is a little too thick for what's supposed to be an inkling, but it was supposed to be like a general how to draw a foot, so it's whatever. I never really draw the toes. But in terms of like, why did I have to specify that? Anyways, the sole of the foot. Okay, the way. Okay, so this is the heel again, and then the way I draw the foot, mostly eyeball it, but imagine this flat part right here as the sole of the foot, and then have the top of the foot incline down from the top of the heel to the toe area right here, and then have a little area right here to emphasize the size of the foot. That's like the foundation for the foot. Shoes, on the other hand, I eyeball the hell out of shoes, but I'm gonna go ahead and like explain, I guess, how I would draw. Let's see, I'm gonna pick a random shoe in the game right now. I'm gonna draw the base of the pearl scents, I guess, that they recently added to the game for the Spring Fest. So I'm just gonna copy and paste. Actually, no. I'm gonna normally, alright, when I draw shoes, I would draw this leg first and then draw the shoe on a different layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this and then just draw the shoe. I would draw the base of the shoe first. So by taking the character that I'm looking at right now on my Nintendo Switch, I'll basically look at it and just draw out all the basics. So the tongue, I always like to draw the tongue first. Just kind of draw a little shape that represents the tongue, which looks a lot like this, and it kind of wraps around the front of the tongue, and this side is the front of the tongue, and like around the tongue, we kind of go around, wrap around the ankle like so, and then the back of the tongue as well, or like the back tongue, I guess, just kind of be picking out like that. Oh, the way you get the shoes, by the way, is through the Nintendo Switch news. Just like go look for a thing that's a Spring Fest, and you'll be able to see it. Anyways, I think the tongue, okay, the tongue is a little bit higher actually, and then I just go along the base of the shoe and just draw the base. See, like the shoe kind of goes around. The shoe has like a very flat toe, so as you can notice, the toe right here actually flattens like so compared to the rest of the shoe. It has like really large kicks. Also, to make sure that you're giving a lot of room for the toes, that there's a good amount of space between the shoe and the toes, because when you're wearing shoes, there's actually a lot of space between your toes. If there's not, it really hurts. So make sure to draw the shoes a good size bigger than the actual feet. I'm gonna go along the base here on the bottom of the shoe. Along the base, when it kind of goes around like so, and then this kind of ends right there. That's kind of how I draw shoes. When it comes to clothes, I'm not particularly a teacher when it comes to it. But then, once I finish the base, I would then draw the sole of the shoe, the bottom part. So it looks like just like a thin layer of shoe, I guess. So basically the sole go along like so. This is really just my process and not really an explanation of how it works, but you know, that's how I took to draw shoes. Oh, you're welcome. For the advice, I guess. I don't think I'm giving really good advice, but I'm sure there's like tutorials on how to draw shoes on YouTube and stuff like that, which is normally how I learn how to draw things. It's just YouTube it, I guess, if I don't know how to do it. And then, you know, once the base and the sole are done, I normally draw the laces in order to... And then also draw a little thing right here to indicate the top of the shoe to make sure the laces aren't even. I'm sorry, the laces are even. So draw the top part right there to indicate what's up. So that way that the laces are even for when you draw them. I'm not gonna draw all of them, but I'm gonna say this line right here is the middle of the shoe, and then this extra line right here is gonna be the size of the lace pattern. And then I just kind of draw the laces by simply looking at the reference. I'm not gonna draw super neatly here. It's still a sketch, I think. But like, yeah, that's basically how I would draw. Basically, the guidelines for how I would draw laces and the underlaces right here. It's pretty sloppy sketch, but that's basically how I go about drawing shoes and drawing the sole of the feet. I definitely, if I were to make a script about this, it definitely would be a lot more easier to follow. But you know, that's just how it is. It's a live stream. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for appreciating my teachings. To say. Is this thing? Oh, okay. Bends the other way. Sorry, one more question. Ears, how do you make the ears for the Inklings? I know they point downwards and sort of pointing at the end. Fries are too big and thin. I noticed regular Inklings have thicker ears. Hold on, I'm gonna get Amiibo real quick to see what you're talking about. So, I think some of the idols' ears tend to be a bit flatter, depending on like the shape of it. But, I guess a really quick tutorial on how to do the ears. The way I draw them is the same, I think it's like the same method I use for like measuring the head. So you gotta, so for when I draw ears, I obviously like draw the entire head first, like so. because the head has all the measurements for the ears. So the way you can measure the Inkling's ear is normally drawn. Hang on, I'll finish this one part first, and then I'll start yapping. Okay, so the best way I'm not sure how to measure the width of the ear, but hold on, I guess the Inkling's ear are a little thicker. But anyways, yeah, the way I measure the ears is by drawing the front part first, by using this as a measurement. So I would normally draw the top part right in this area, or start drawing it right in that area, and then, actually no, on this image, I guess it's a little, okay, ignore this one, this is a mistake. The way I would normally draw Inkling ears is by starting a little bit lower than what the half guideline suggests. Like a little bit corner of the ear, because they're a little lower than you would expect. And then you just kind of draw, and then you just kind of go downwards like so. Kind of like here. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's a little too steep, like that. And then I go back to the bottom part of the head, like right a little bit, almost close to where the chin is about to curve. Normally in this area is where, I draw the bottom part of the ear. Just kind of have it curve downwards a little bit, because the Inkling ear, actually no, it doesn't really curve downward that much. It starts off flat, like so, and then it curves back up to the other side of the ear, like so. And then for the thickness, hold on, let me just finish that. Okay, and then for the thickness, I guess I just kind of go behind the starting line right here, and just draw a little line that indicates a little more thicker ear, and then draw that. I normally don't do that because I don't really worry too much about that, but in order to indicate the thickness, kind of like move the line right here further or backwards depending on how thick you want the ear. Now in terms of like, you know, different idol ears, it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same idea. The way Fry's head is built is obviously a lot different compared to the Inklings, and sometimes I don't even know how to draw it myself, but I guess I would draw it with like a more circly base than the Inkling, which I'm going to shrink this down a little bit actually. That's not shrinking. There we go. Shrink that down a little bit. So Fry's head is a bit more, like a lot more round compared to the Inkling character, which I'm going to draw in a different color actually. It's kind of like a circle, maybe not a perfect circle, but I'm just going to use it, make it a little bit more sketchy, because I tend to be really messy with my body sketches to save a bit of time. So it's a bit more circular like that. And then the start of the head, like so, it goes downwards, and then the chin is also pretty weak. No, maybe not weak, but a lot smaller compared to the Inkling head. Actually, Owen, that's a little too round. Okay, let's just ignore it. Okay, a little bit of an oval head, I guess, but then I make the chin part a lot smaller for Fry, because that's kind of how her head is built. And then it's the same thing with the ears, except I think hers are a lot lower when I look at it in game. Like it kind of starts right here, and then her ears are really big. I'm gonna move it to the side. Her ears start right here, kind of same procedure, but the top part of the ear kind of curves a little bit more than the average Inkling ear. Forgot to add the little guideline right here, so we add that. There we go. And then the half line. Anyways, it just kind of curves up a lot more than the Inkling ear. And then starting right here is where the bottom of her ear is. And then I do the same thing for the Inkling ear. And then the thickness, again, just kind of use the same strategy. Put another line behind the front of the ear, like so. And no, I did not just draw a perfect circle. I used like the program's tool I guess to do. I just draw the circle how it is, and then I use my other finger to hold down on the screen, then it just makes a perfect circle. I don't normally do this unless I'm drawing a weapon or something, but yeah, that's kind of how you draw ears for inklings, and yeah, for inklings. I guess really quick, because I forgot to, whoops, no, I meant to unlock the layer. I can duplicate the layer, but I can't unlock it. What? Okay, did not mean to lock the layers. And for octolings, it's kind of like the same thing, except not pointy and more curved. I'm going to do the same sort of process here for the octoling, which also applies for like the idle octolings as well, since their ears are not that different, I guess. But same strategy, except you gotta curve down. We're gonna start with the straight line, sort of, and then curve more downwards as it goes down the ear. And then the same sort of thing with the bottom of the ear. Curve it like that. I think this one's a little too drippy. Kind of like so. And then the back of the ear, just like the inkling ear. And then there you go. That's how you draw the ear for the octoling character. It's slightly shorter by like the tiniest bit, but it is a bit thicker by also the tiniest bit. So there you go. That's my tutorial on how I draw ears. For the other side of the ear, hold on real quick. I just kind of eyeball this other side of the ear the same way. But if it helps, you could draw another guideline right here. I'm going to do this for the inkling character, and just repeat the process for like the other side of the ear. Also, you gotta make sure that the ear is also being covered by the side of the head, because it will appear that it's small. It will appear that this ear is quote unquote smaller than the other one, but that's just due to perspective, pointing the ear towards a different direction. And then the same thing for the octoling, but I'm sure you get the idea. And there you go. I normally don't draw the other guideline because I don't necessarily need to, but you know, if it helps. Let's say draw ears. You're very welcome. Is there a truck outside? Hello, Ultimate Spartan. Welcome to the screen. I am doing well. Hope we chat is as well. Currently drawing the body sketch for my next commission. It's just the big swig thriller for their objects they wanted. I'm going for having the big swig lean on their shoulders sort of thing. Yeah, I had a feeling it was you. Definitely recognize that same. Whoops, I definitely recognize that the username a little bit. Is it true the roller should be almost twice as big as the player? Okay, so there's two different types of roller sizes. There's the way it appears in game, and then there's something called what I like to call the photo friendly roller. I'm gonna really quick switch to what I mean on my Switch real quick. So if it should switch to that, and then okay, all right. So in most cases, yeah, that's the is that the right controller? Hold on, there you go. Yeah, in most cases, the roller is in fact twice the size of the player. That's normally in game though. But when it comes to the way I'm drawing it, the roller is actually much smaller. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, the roller does in fact shrink for the sake of having a good photo, or for the sake of keeping it all in frame. So if you want to be more accurate to the game, then you can make it twice as big. If you want to have a bit of more convenience, draw it the way it's seen in photos. So basically, yeah, to put something out, it's a lot larger in game because the developers want you to be able to see the person with the roller. But I think I'm gonna call it like the canon size, quote unquote. If you want to, refer to it as that, it's a lot smaller. I think. I don't know. But yeah, it does. Yeah, in game it is in fact twice as big as the player. But in most cases, in some cases it's not. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream here. It's been a good 2.5 hours, and I need food, so I'm gonna take my break. I will be working on these commissions off stream because I always tend to do that. But until then, I'll see you guys I don't really know. I don't really have a good schedule at the moment. But I don't know. If you have a Blue Sky, follow me there. And I always like make an announcement like 1 to 2 hours before it actually starts. So, anyways, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.